right, Heath and Kogan analyzing another document today.
Good one.
Good one.
Really good one.
We see some script, which sometimes that's difficult because that's not a given that everybody knows how to read that
Exactly.
anymore. Should we start off by reading it, or should we just grab some words out?
Well, the way I kind of,
Yeah.
the word at the top, grabs your attention. The word
Homestead.
homestead, and right under that, land office. Home, land. Okay, you don't have to know what homestead is to recognize the word land is associated. The word land is even thrown down here again.
Yep. That should be
And
helpful.
I love pointing out this is certificate number 1
Yep.
from application number 1.
Right.
So that is letting us know that this is the first of something. And as historians, we love the firsts.
All right, so you know what? With that, since you worked us down to here, so let's read
Yeah.
this then. I can't make this out, so I might need a lifeline for this one.
Okay.
So it is hereby certified that pursuant to the provisions of the Act of Congress approved May 20th, 1862, entitled "An Act to Secure Homesteads to Actual Settlers on the Public Domain." All right, and it says
Daniel Freeman.
with Daniel Freeman made payment in full for Daniel Freeman.
So this is what my assumption is, because I see like southwest, northwest, that this is some sort of coordinate plots.
Okay.
This is a coordinate plot for a section somewhere in the township of, I don't know, four something.
Right.
On the range 5. So this is just saying where this plot of land is. That Daniel Freeman has paid his application fee for this plot of land, and he's going to be given, or this lot contains 160 acres. Now, therefore, be it known that on presentation of the certificate to the Commissioner of the General Land Office, the said Daniel Freeman shall be entitled to a patent for the tract of land above described, and then a signature of the registrar.
So we get certificate number 1. I'm thinking that this is an application.
And I like that there's the 2 dates, because it's saying,
I was just going to say, let's stop and go to the dates.
yes, pursuant of the provision of the Act of Congress approved on May 20th, 1862. A simple Google search will tell us the act that was approved on May 20th, 1862 is something called the Homestead Act.
But let's just say, for example, we want to now use historical context. We have dates, and we have like a range, 1862 to 1868. So what's going on? We have the Civil Wars going on, the building of the Transcontinental Railroad. We have westward expansions going on. You have mining towns, boom towns, cow towns, gold rush. Cowboys are moving out there west as well. There's a lot of movement, a lot going on out west. We also have, since we're bringing up that range between 1862 to 1868 here, so now the Civil War's ending. All right, we're going to have
Lincoln's assassination. Slaves are free. Made citizens.
13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. All right, is going to make them free. Then we also get into that whole cycle of poverty when we're talking about sharecroppers. So that's what's going on. So we have land, and that's what's going on in those dates.
Right.
Let's try and figure
So
this out.
May of 1862, we're in the Civil War.
Right.
Lincoln is president.
Yep.
And this is the forward thinkingness of Lincoln at the time. Because he's like trying to do this, trying to bring us back together, but he's also like, hey,
Let's expand.
we've got to encourage expansion out west. Prior to this, he's already signed the Pacific Railroad Act, which funded the building of the Transcontinental Railroad, and now we're going to see something called the Homestead Act, which, in essence, if you filed an application that cost you $10,
There we go.
the government was going to give you 160 acres of land so long as you farmed it for a total of 5 years.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect way to get farmers out west. And a lot of our sources say that a majority of the people who took advantage of this was freedmen and women. So this is like like a second chance in life, another opportunity. And there, you had people that did go out where it was like failure was not an option.
No.
Because when we see what farming was like on the plains, it was not easy.
It was not easy. And you have, this application is being filed on January 20th, 1868, some 6 years after the passage of the Homestead Act. And the question is, why did it take so long? Like, for application number 1 to be approved? Well, because up until then, getting out west was difficult and expensive. And if you were a poor farmer, you were like, I don't know if I want to risk it. But by 1868, most of the Transcontinental Railroad had been completed, especially the portion that was going to bring you out to Nebraska or to Kansas. So now it was like, all right, now it might be worth the risk. Let me pay my $10. Let me sell whatever possessions I have back east, and I will risk this journey for 160 acres of land. 106. I mean, 1 acre of land today here on Long Island with nothing on it is like $125,000.
Wow.
$150,000.
Yep.
So 160 acres times that is how valuable land, just land itself can be. Because land and the hope of land and the ownership of land,
Opportunity, yeah.
That's the American dream.
It really is.
You know, it's, okay, yeah, the gold rush, getting rich quick, but having something that you can call your own and produce for yourself.
Sure.
That's the true American dream.
There's families today that could probably trace this the land that they're
Oh, what
on
is it, 10%?
by to their families who came out and took
Yeah.
a chance during this time period, and then they passed that land down from one family to the
And
other.
it being free, you
Right.
then don't have a mortgage payment.
Exactly.
Whatever you produce from that land is your
Sure.
profit.
And you're giving the next generation a little bit more of a head start in life.
So
This was a really cool document.
it's really cool.
We need anything else on this one?
No,
Like
Daniel
it.
Freeman. We have a picture of
We
him?
do.
Yeah, there he is.
There he is.
There he is.
That's a tough dude right there.
Tough looking grizzly
Oh,
man.
gosh.
He's got like a knife, a hatchet, a shotgun or a rifle.
It's tough to make out.
Yeah.
But I mean, you were definitely a jack of all trades.
Yes.
You had to be self-sufficient out there. Which really speaks to his utility belt.
Yeah,
That's what I call
yeah,
it,
because you're moving out here is nothing.
Right.
There's no general store.
Right.
There's no anything.
We're giving you the land. Everything else.
Figure it out yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Here you
pretty much
go.
what's going on.
Good. All right. Well, thank you for watching.